Hello. Yeah, we have some today. I forgot to test 2 days ago. Hello, my name is Marcelo. This ever game is good. And today we are going to continue playing through Alan Wake. Before we start, if you're on Twitch, please follow. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. All that stuff. And yeah, we are going to continue Alan Wake. We are on the second chapter, second episode as the game puts us, and I believe we're in the ending of the second episode where we just jumped from a higher point with who seems to be the kidnapper of our wife. Yeah, that's it. I think we can get started now. And I have to admit, I'm kind of bored. I thought I wanted to play a scary game.
I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
And I think that the worst thing that the horror game can be is boring. But let's continue and see how it goes. Here. Would this fall? Yeah. Anything here? I think so. Let's continue. Maybe there is, but I.
Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
Shit. I thought it was an item or something. Can I like disable that? I mean, shit. I thought you would fall for the trap as well. Okay. So it kind of just shines if I'm shining my lantern. A light. At it, basically. Yeah. Batteries, revolver. And you're bad at doing stuff. Whatever. So there is something here. Okay.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Okay. And I think it's funny, this kind of trap. I mean, it's a bear trap, right? Should like basically get my foot off. Right? Take it through the roots. Okay. We're getting faster. I wish we had the and okay. Thank you. And I mean, I know I'm saying this game is kind of boring, but why this happens? Probably because I was expecting more after
The night had been
Control.
one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Chainsaw. So yeah, Resident Evil 4 in this game now. Okay, should go there, but do we have anything else here? One of those yellow marks. Yeah, it doesn't seem so. Okay. Too high.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Okay, can I get up to that plane? What is this? Okay. Oh, there you go. A trustworthy yellow arrow. Have anything inside? Doesn't seem so. Anything here? No. So yellow arrow. Don't you want that direction? Don't see anything here. Maybe up here. Don't see anything here either. Maybe on top of the thing? What's this? I don't know what that does. I mean, it's making noise. Oh. There you are. Thank you. Very good. Thanks. Okay, I'm killing the evil black ghoul. Is that correct? Have anything inside? Okay, so now I can go up here, right? Nope, don't think there is anything of this airplane here. I was killing the black ghoul, but that doesn't do anything for me. Okay, let's continue. We found a flare here, right? So we're going to find a bunch of enemies now. Maybe a bear. Just shoot, man. Shit. Okay. Oh, that's a rifle, not a shotgun. Okay. Nice. Continue up here. Okay. How many of you? Oh, 3. I mean, the gameplay seems nice, the character is extremely boring. He's an asshole. I don't know if this is bullshit. I don't know if my view of the character will change as the game proceeds, but for now, more of the evil black pool. Top of the what was that? Ah. This might help me later.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Yeah, and that's a problem with this game actually. It's more weird than scary. I don't know. Let's continue. One thing that made me mad is that this game put me on some copyright infringement. Oh shit. Copyright infringement shit, you know? I was trying to jump on the thing there. Oh, I do have to jump here. I was trying to jump while I was activating that thing.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. It's like you're watching a sitcom and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Evil Goo. A coffee. Are you evil coffee? Flare. I use that on the... No, I can't. Okay. Nothing here? Okay. Let's kill all the evil goo. Let's kill all the evil goo. Top of the mule. The darkness wears this. Okay. Nice. We got manuscript.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt
Reaching
the
its
dark
array.
presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the taken. No natural path had brought them here.
It's always about darkness and dark path and whatever. Evil bats. Battery and yellow marks. No. You wouldn't complain about another flare. Shit. Yeah, that made me jump a little bit. Shit. Okay.
Is a hazardous occupation.
Yeah, I guess that being hit by a chainsaw, it's not good for your health.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Okay. So he's going to kill him.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
How is this going to kill me? Good. Of course.
A
Okay.
story
it's
is
me.
not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
You can hold nature and your soul.
Okay, come here. No, why did I do that? Press the wrong button. Bam. So will I drive? Shit. Where? Here? Yeah. Right. Do I have to?
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
We've already been here. Okay, so I arrived. Let's have to continue up here. By foot.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake.
You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
It's not done.
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me.
Yes, I get you.
That's where I have to go, right? Oh, that's back where I was. So, it is. Birds are Hitchcocking.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Yeah, I already have a lot of.
Ow! I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Birds.
You can open the door now. They're gone.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Okay.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old
dear diner.
good girl.
Okay. Okay, I think I have to speak now because the music will get me a strike, right? One of those. Let's just skip. Yes.
Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
Subsidiary ransom.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
Nightingale.
Anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island. It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had kind of a breakdown.
And we should take our time. I know we are limping, but Why do you have to go to the trash can there?
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Like waiting
Welcome
behind the door.
Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover.
Of course, it's
Only
dark.
anger kept me going.
Oh,
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials?
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any business what she did together. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station. There was no time to waste.
So will I be trying to get the car here?
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once this weather takes a
you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
What? But they shoot them if...
What are? I'm standing right here.
Yes.
Goddamn maniac.
Oh, why did the game go?
I hated to leave Barry
Slow.
behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Come on. Take it easy
This story doesn't make sense if running away from the police. They suddenly shooting.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I need to be into there.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
And now we have monsters all around us, right? Did it, did it.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
They were after a writer, not a monster.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
they're after right, they're not a monster, but they have choppers and they're shooting innocent people just to get me. Coffee. Not maker, the... Remember?
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want.
I could see the lights at the radio station in the distance.
Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
No weapons,
I
guys.
imagine the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
This. It's extremely important. Of course. Won't be able to do much. Just a flashlight. I can destroy gates with a flashlight.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Flashbang grenades. One more. Know what I was trying. Bunch more for eight.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Okay. Back. We're almost there. Nice. Here you go. You're here.
I hoped Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Well, let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr.
And the
Wake.
police.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt. Whoa. Everyone calm down.
Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Exactly. Makes absolutely no sense that.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
And
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
And that's the thing. Oh, in this game act extremely weird. Is there any gun back there? You didn't realize. Alright. There we go. What did you do? We selected. I don't know which. I mean, the grenades would have been there first, but I have to save those for later. Oh.
No sensible reason for the power company workers to be here. It was almost as if they had been left for someone to lead us.
Anything else here? Darkness. Yeah, spent almost all my grenades. Those assholes. I should be able to just do that. See. So on the previous part, was the birds doing all of that?
Sarah trusted her gut, and her
The
gut said
farce?
Agent Nightingale was an asshole.
Yeah.
He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Trying. Batteries. Nice.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Ooh. A lot of stuff. I got some flares. Okay. Let's start to run because it takes too
The
long.
pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Hollow. And shit. Have no other option, right?
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Shit, what happened? What the f... Great choice. Ran too fast.
I hoped I could find a car from there. darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Yeah. Shit. I thought I was already saved. Shit, get out. Okay. Pick up in dark presence in the law.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Okay.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
I didn't see the... Proceed me for the coffee. It's the most important thing in the world. Oh, of course. They've spent all my flash grenades. Shit. Still have the flare. Yes. And in light you can hurt them. I realize that. Power, batteries, no radio anymore. Let's go.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
I'm trying to keep you the right camera, but shit. Strike me. Tractor. Flashlight. I have no more flares. And there's another. Oh, they were really expecting me to stay on this fight for quite some time, right? Look. How much stuff they're giving me. More batteries? Again? Up. And that. There you go. Got a car.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Why is the video stuttering? It's not. You're wondering it's not our internet or anything, but stuttering on my video game.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
I got no. Game just takes all my weapons out of nowhere. Hey, yeah, we're running down here directly to the coal mine. Because he couldn't drive all the way down here, right? But driving all the way down here, you decide to stop your car like you have. Oh, nice. Oh, wait. I thought I didn't have an option there. Okay, I should have to go. Around. The driving controls on this game is so good. Going in the right direction. So, yeah. Shit. Okay, what do we have there? Great. No, back up here.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out.
Continue. Here's another thing. Any weapons here? I think I can use against the lantern. It. I think it's if it is enemies. Oh, just
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Weird. The guy was just looking at your wife. Oh shit. Mr. Parking, no visitor.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
And another page.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Okay, let's see.
I didn't want to go outside. cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
And you wait until night? With all the monsters around you?
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
wanna see your wife alive? Cause if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah!
I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before. When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Just trying to measure the size of this chapter. Shit. I thought I could. I can't explode that shit. Okay. F12. What the I mean, I can use the flares, right? Okay, let's continue. This game is a lot more action than horror. Okay. Nice. I like those. Oh shit. Can't hit them from here? Oh, of course I can't. Just got them. And it didn't even work. I mean, not 100%. Damn. Maybe we should have just saved them.
What the hell?
What's that?
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
We all need to do that in our lives. This was sound and flurry. Sound and Fury. Shakespeare reference on Alan Wake. That makes sense, right? Oh, I have to turn off. That's good with all my stuff here. So turn off and have to go back. Nothing will go wrong. Pretty sure. Can I just run away? Yeah, I'm going to just... Yeah, I can great. Back out the shit. Just having one more flare. It's good. Neymar? No? You good, right? Yeah. One foot. Worry about ammo. I always save a lot of ammo in these games and they never use the ammo saved. Yeah, we're gonna have some kind of enemy here. Would be good if I could like punch them or something. There's no one in the dark. We're trying to make X-Files reference without doing X-Files reference. Like, instead of just trust no one in the dark. Coffee. If we are hollow, really.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
I mean, I have a lot of things now, but you wanted some.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Shit. What's that? Oh dear. Nothing there. I don't know if I get anything by man. Shit. Oh, my legs.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. He stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
So he's running after me because I wrote that I'm going to kill him, or something like that. Or something is going to kill him. Ooh. inside here. Okay. There's no in the dark. Or flashbangs, okay. Coffee. Shit. Okay. Except the tree is big, right? It's like Netflix series, they don't have the episodes can be as many, getting a lot of.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Oh, search compaction. Sure. 32. 6. This. Is that all? I just came here to shoot those guys and that's it? I'm just trying to go fast. There.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
They have a lot of what seems to be tombstone. Yeah, I don't have any flare. I mean, hand flare, I have the gun flare. stuff. Check. Page 5.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Shit. Just took an entire car on my face. Damn it. Not just any car made of pure steel, right? Or iron. I don't know. Some kind of metal.
Never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
The only guilty one on all of this is you. Alloy. You're an asshole. You realize that, right? See. Have a good cup of coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Actually. What now? Okay. I can go back and grab those batteries now. I saw one. Where's the car? The car was inside here. Here. There you go. There you go. Oh, this episode's really long. Damn it. Must be midnight already. Wait for it to charge. Whatever. Come on. Charge. Iron horse. Set keys. They're gone.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawled back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Yeah, I like the shotgun. Knows what that is.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
I think I'm almost there, man.
Birds.
Oh, let's just run. Here. Oh, there's no birds. Exit the silver mine. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. Okay, boss fight here. boss fight here. Shit. Okay, let's go. Coffee.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Now I got puzzles. Okay. Oh. What do I have here? Nice. Oh, I can't. Okay. This is not so much as a puzzle. Not much more than just interruption of the action, because I just have to move the stuff right place. There's nothing really complex about this. Yeah. Maybe to a secret passage or something, but it's just the way I have to go. Kick. It's evaporated. It's here. Saying let's check it. It seems to be the place where I have to go. Good. Okay. That I have boss fight, right? Other. I mean, there's no boss fight in the game.
Something flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
If like that. Oh wait. Yeah, I was supposed to go down. Okay. now, you fucking birds.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
On the last section with birds now. Alright. So this gondola section seems a lot longer than oh, now the tree is trying to kill me as well. Damn. Nobody really likes her. Shit.
Shit.
Definitely. Okay. Let's see it. Well, why is this chapter still going on? Damn it. Oh. There you go. Why is this episode still going? Fuck. I want to go take a shower. I wanna finish this first. Oh fuck you, not another one. Oh, it's just a bridge. Barrier. Safe bridge. Why don't you just run? Souls. Okay. Hello, paint guy. Here.
Ricky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
I'm not very happy. It's still going on, man. And it's not producing new stuff. It's still the same enemies, it's still the same thing. It's doing that over and over again. Why do you have to do this? Just jump up. Here. Coffee. So, to the coffee. Miss you, Tom. Talk to me on TV. Sit down, see that. Hey. Don't. Pursuit. Same. So the person who's been leaving these things all around is a crazy. Is that crazy? Her name? Cars. It's coming. Shit. Okay, I used my shotgun. Shotgun. Rifle. Although and have a hunting rifle. I'm tired. Game. Finish this chapter. Let's stop playing you. But I wanna finish this chapter at the same time.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Another
I was
page.
close now. I had to get there fast. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. I dreaded what I would find.
You're trying to push me.
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, leave. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know.
And then Alan Wake dies. And that's the end of episode 3, right? And I'm starting to speak because right now we are going to have copyright infringement music going around the end of this episode, that's why I'm still speaking. I'm going to skip, and that's it. I'm done for today. Okay, yeah, that was chapter 3, episode 3 of Alan Wake. Got tired. Too many enemies all the time, all the same enemies. They are not scary. Although I had a jump scare over there. But in this episode, oh my god, it ran for too long. Oh my. How long? Hours and 23 minutes I've been streaming. But at the same time, it felt a lot longer than that. Anyway, yeah, Alan Wake Remastered. I think my problem with this game is that I don't like the main character. And because of that, all his crazy psychological weird issues, they don't get me. I'm going to play to the end. It's not the action, the controls, it's not bad. But the game doesn't hold me, you know? I don't know. Anyway, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting a sequel, right? But at the same time, we had. It's just, I don't know. This episodic thing also. I don't know if it works well enough. Anyway, we'll be back on Monday for Alan Wake. I'm going to check how long the episode is so I can try to kind of calculate. I wanted at least one full episode per stream. But I don't know, maybe episode 4 is like 10 minutes. It would be a quick stream. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please follow on Twitch, like and subscribe on YouTube. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you all at the next stream.